Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be unboxing 1066 Tears to Many Mothers. This is designed by Tristan Hall, put out by Hall or Nothing Games, and it's a historic epic battle system, the Battle of Hastings card game. Hastings, in case you didn't know, is a store I used to buy books, CDs, and computer games at, although I don't think this actually has anything to do with that store. I could be wrong, but I don't remember anyone dressed like this back then. So anyway, he actually has a couple other games in this series that are different years. I don't remember what they are, but I remember reading that they can be combined, which seems a little weird because there's a vast difference in the year that they're at, but whatever, that's fine. All right, so let me flip this over. One thing with Hall or Nothing Games, you can just guarantee that you're going to have beautiful art. So I'm really excited to check out these cards in this game. It says, "A promise has been made and broken. An evil omen is in the sky. A crown is at stake, and history is about to be made. It is April 1066, and Harold Godwinson, King of England, faces a deadly challenge from Duke William of Normandy. William believes that Harold has broken his solemn oath by claiming the English crown, and the matter must be settled by force in a battle the likes of which the world has never seen. 1066 Tears to Many Mothers is an asymmetrical, competitive, and non-collectible card game of tactics and war from award-winning game designer Tristan Hall. This 1 to 2 player game recreates the momentous events of that seismic year in British history. Every player, either Normans or Saxons, musters troops and resources to overcome the various obstacles in their way before the two armies clash on the battlefield at Hastings. Will you rally your Saxon forces to defend the English crown from the invading Norman heathens? Or will you muster papal support and have your Norman army crusade against the usurper Saxons?" Great question. We will see. Hopefully, I'll get to try both. So I've only played a couple games from Hall or Nothing so far. Good Lord, man, this is not going in. There we go. I played Gloom of Kilforth, which is a really fantastic adventure game. I'd like to review it, but actually I kickstarted the newest one is Call of Kilforth. And so that'll be heading my way eventually. And so I'll probably wait to just review that because I think the systems are probably mostly the same. There probably are little differences, but might be more exciting for people if I review the newest one. But just in general, I like it. I've also played Veil Wraith, which takes place in the same world as the Kilforth games, and I thought that one was just okay. I did do a review of that. It's a solo game unless you have multiple copies, but yeah, I thought it was okay. Wasn't bad, for sure, and the art was pretty stupendous. But this lid does not want to come off. But yeah, I didn't dig it that much, so I ended up selling that. But that's okay. That's how it is sometimes. Okay, here's our catalog. I'm gonna put that to the side for now. Here's just the solo rules book here. It's just 4 pages. I don't know how much it differs from like the main rules. Here is a foe's turn flowchart. So I'm guessing that is for the solo game. It's one of the, if he does this, then this happens. If not, then this, etc. So, okay. All right, so we have some interesting tokens, various weapons with pluses and minus numbers. Already we're getting some cool art. Look at that first player token. Just really neat. Who is the artist on this? I need to figure this out. The Creation Studio, I am going to mispronounce most of these names. Anya Kraskowska, Arcadius Banas, Guillaume Manuel, and Mark Bulahau. I am probably butchering all those names. I'm so sorry. But nonetheless, they really go above and beyond with their art every time. Like it is never poor that I have seen. I mean, I don't know if I've seen everything they've done, but everything I have seen has been absolutely beautiful. So the rule book doesn't feel too huge. It is 8 pages, it looks like, which is pretty nice. I mean, as long as the game has enough interesting choices, which I'm imagining it does, then a small rulebook can be great. I like a game where it's not really rules heavy, but between the choices and the decision you have to make, that's where like the real complexity comes in. Okay, so we have some baggies in here. Oh, this is cool looking. We've got a really cool, look here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, that'll be easier. Cool looking dial here, which looks like tracks your game rounds. I'm not sure exactly what the different numbers mean for your different game rounds, but it's really nice. We have a bunch of blue and red drops that look like that. They look like they all have the number 3 on them. I'm not seeing another number, so I'm curious what that is. I'm assuming maybe wounds, because like, I mean, the red ones at least look like blood drops, but then of course the blue ones don't, so I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm gonna guess, oh, I thought maybe this would have like the red backing on it, but all right, I'm excited to look at these cards, so let me move this stuff aside. I'm gonna zoom in further if I can, just a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna take a peek because, again, stupendous art from Hall or Nothing pretty much every time. Okay, so the specifics of what these are is not going to mean much to me as far as, you know, how the rules are or whatnot, but you can tell just like very realistic art. It's really impressive. I mean, some of it more so than others, but I really like it. Edith Swanesha, interesting. I wonder too if any of these names are actually based on historical figures or if it's, you know, all created for the game. I don't know what records were like from that era, so you know, could go either way on that. But whoa, that is a haircut. Wow, that's like a bowl cut, but then they shaved the top of his head. Man, he's the Archbishop. I'm telling you, that's probably a really high title. I'm not sure if it's worth it. If that's if that's what you got to do to your head, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I'm down to that. So I'd be curious to know, you know, how much they drinking and singing. That's interesting. That's happening on the battlefield. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I'd be curious to know how accurate the armor and whatnot is to what they had historically. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I don't mind if they took some creative license. That doesn't bother me one bit. But I'm always interested in that kind of thing. Slings and rocks, man. Okay. And then I also wonder from them, because their art tends to look very realistic. I always wonder if they, you know, use actual people as reference or if they just, you know, make up their own, basically. Again, all good with me either way, but some of these are repeats, but that's okay. What I wonder, and it's probably a very different game, but because it is, you know, card-based war, and it looks like you're putting them out on sort of a grid, I wonder how this will compare to something like Summoner Wars, which is, you know, obviously high fantasy, but also a card that's kind of more skirmish level game. But I think the number of cards might not be that different. Okay, let's look at these. I'm curious because there's a different backing to some of these back here. I'm not sure what that's about, so we'll find out. Maybe. I mean, we'll see it. I don't know if we'll know what it means. Okay. So I don't always go for historical games, but I'm much more likely to if it is like pre-gunpowder. For some reason, like I'm not too into games that are based on the more modern wars. Like, I guess, you know, Civil War or after, and maybe even some stuff before that is just not. I mean, it's an interesting period, no doubt, but as far as like a theme for a game, I'm not always like super stoked about that. Edgar the Atheling, he's a noble. He's a kid, man. He's got his advisor whispering in his ear. I don't know what he's telling him. But these guys are all doing war cries and looking kind of psychotic, which, I mean, I guess you got to do when you're in a battle. So it makes sense. There's a kid, stable boys. Okay. I was going to be not sending kids out to war. That seems bad. All right, so here's this is a little different. I have Haley's Comet. That's interesting. Huh. I wonder if they're just like locations. They kind of seem like it. Or events, maybe even? I'm not certain. Not sure, but the beautiful art continues throughout, so that's great. Again, some of these are ones we've already seen. Player aid looks like... I'm not sure what this is. 10, wedge 1, wedge 2, wedge 3. I wonder if that's for the solo game, maybe? I'm not sure. No idea. But either way, looks really pretty and fantastic. And I have high hopes for this. If it ends up being a good one, I might go ahead and try to get the other historical games in the series, because I just kind of like that company. You know, even though the one game didn't work out for me, I want them to keep putting out these beautiful games that they put out. And so, you know, if I can support that, I will do. All right, but that's it. That is my unboxing of 1066 Tears to Many Mothers, the historic epic battle system, Battle of Hastings card game. Whew. So, if you played any one of these, I'd love to hear about it and your thoughts. Otherwise, if you just think this looks interesting to you, I'd love to hear that too. I always want to know if these videos spur anyone to look into a game. I don't know, it just makes me happy. So let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, you might also like this one.
Or this one.
If you like any of our videos, what you should do is click this little button to subscribe so you'll know about the next time we put out a video.
We'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.